Oh, Rangers Football Club, what have you done? Welcome back, guys, to Big Stevie Cool 1872. We're here. We're here to talk about things. We're here to discuss a lot. We've discussed quite a bit about Rangers. And this, I would say today, officially ends the 2023-24 season. And tomorrow, we'll be talking about the same stuff, but the new season will be on the horizon. It will be a brand new era, hopefully. But yeah, you know, that's not me going to be waking up on a Monday feeling fantastic about myself. No, 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 no. But you know, I think this chat, this title, is pretty self-explanatory. A lot of questions. I mean, this isn't. A lot of people are saying that Clement should be sacked. Twitter, a lot of people on Twitter are saying it. So that's simply the title of this live. Should he be sacked? There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to dive into. There's a lot to digest, and we'll want to see what's going to happen. But we've got 11 viewers in, so let's get people in for a more Rangers orientated side here of this live stream. So, yep, question has to be asked. It's Meltdown City, to be fair. Give him one more season, says Greg Waterston. A lot of people probably leaning that way. I've seen a lot of people turn on Phil. I've seen a lot of people turn on Phil. It's subscriber only mode. Have some of that. Huh? Have some of those apples. And we're going to put up for a poll till Christmas, says Paul Hogan. Wouldn't mind the immortal Hulk Hogan. Refereeing managing Rangers. Should Clement be sacked? So I want thoughts on Big Phil. Can we bring back Stevie G, the only recent gaffer who could beat Celtic? True. It's like Gerard's record was immense. People need to forget about the fact that the guy left us to go to Aston Villa. There's not much in that. All right, he left us, so it. Can't keep going through managers like a deck of cards, mate. The guy that got a tune out of duds for a period of time, it fell short at the business end, but Clement hasn't had a window where he's backed. True. You know, Gerrard was given 3 seasons, and you've got to be fair. If that second season finished and not under COVID, he probably might have been sacked, you know, because we were on a real bad run, losing to Hamilton 1-0. But here, that's the history. That's what happened. Thoughts on the Monaco Grand Prix? Slept through it. I won a bet. It was boring. No one can deny that. I think it should have been a bit more. I mean, there was a bit of strategy, intrigue, right? But then once you found out that not even on fresh tyres people could overtake it, kind of fell flat. But I'm happy for Leclerc to win the Grand Prix, but here it was boring as hell. But maybe, you know, it got us closer potentially to a title fight. But yeah, I mean, the Monaco Grand Prix, it's like that every year, but it's what it is. But Rangers cannot continue to be like this every year. All right, Max Verstappen wanted a pillow, and watching Rangers at the minute, you want to stab a pillow. Stab a pillow. I don't know if that works, but here Rangers aren't working. Anytime, any minute, any place. 13 votes on Clement. No. So a lot of people saying that Clement shouldn't be sacked. I agree, mate. Gio wasn't backed, so again, probably acted too brash there as well. But Clement has won trophies. Yeah, that's the key thing about Clement. We'll have to wait with Clement, right? As much, it's been a disaster since March, right? He's got to take a bit of blame for that. Can't just blame the players, right? It's him as well. But I think if we sacked him now, we'd be going into next season weaker. I don't think we can afford to be any weaker. Red Bull equals Celtic, Haas equal the Rangers. Well, it was a 2-on-1 deal at the back, wasn't it? The Rangers double team and Celtic, aka Sergio Perez, into the barrier. That is for sure. Well, it is for sure. But yeah, come on. That's the thing, though. You back him. If he gets it wrong, should be a disaster. C72 says Clement also needs to stop mentioning Celtic every bloody interview. Shows that he seems preoccupied with them. Not a convincing look. Yeah, with each passing interview that Philip Clement does, I'm losing more faith. I think he talks some shite, is the truth of it. I think he really does. Perez should be sacked. Yeah, he should be. Signs in at Red Bull, anybody? Clement just needs backed by the board and get proper funding and sell the deadwood and get the proper targets for next season. Give him till at least next January. Here, that could work, Cameron. That could work. My only concern with Clement is that we haven't laid a finger on Celtic until yesterday, and we still didn't even win. You know, could you be backing the wrong horse? Potentially, but it would feel very premature, right? If Rangers sack Clement before next season, I think it would be. As much as some people disagree, I mean, I'm big disagreeing with a lot of what he's saying, but it is what it is. I really do think injuries are not. If the board greenlit the funds for Shankland, in my opinion, we'd have won the league. Those games we lost would have been put them away. I'll tell you what, would have been a lot closer with Lawrence Shankland in that Rangers team. Defensively, it fell apart, and could Shankland have outscored it the other way? I think he could have. Against Ross County, the game would have been out of sight. Against Dundee, we were awful, but maybe if Shankland gets one chance, he could score that. So, here's what it is. The Rangers manager's an unhappy man. And signs the Red Bull sounds good. Yeah, I think it's a good move, but will it happen? Probably not. They'll probably. I mean, Perez got some cojones being offered a 1-year deal and telling him to up it to 2. The guy's mince. But at the end of the day, whatever comment we got here, you can't keep sacking managers. You can't. How will Rangers fare next season? Will Gers be any better? Why are Rangers fans so confident another rebuild will work? Beale had a better win ratio than Clement before he got to spend money low. Who's confident? You're saying a Rangers fan's so confident. Who's real? I mean, I would say this is probably the least confident anyone's ever been. Like, we are talking about a full-ass rebuild team. We're not talking about a half-assed one. No, who's confident? Tell me who's confident. I'm not confident. There's a slim chance that it could go right, but I think confidence is an issue, to say the least. Yep. I mean, Greg says he's not confident, Craigie boy. So I'm not confident. Who's confident? I mean, confident means you're like 75% sure it's going to happen, as in turn it around. I don't think anybody can honestly say they're confident that Rangers and Clement are going to turn this around. Especially the next season. I mean, if you ask people like over a longer period of time, maybe, but if he doesn't turn around next season, it's not going to look good. Not going to look good. But like I said, like I've been saying, for Clement, he gets to start at no point. I mean, everyone starts at 0 points, gets a full transfer window under his belt. If he could claw the gap back right from October to March, there's no reason why he can't contend at the start. But we need rid of the same players that are bought on league after league. This rebuild is bigger than the pre-Gerrard when he first came in. This time around, the core of the squad has to change. Huge rebuild. I would say it's similar. All right. I mean, the one when Gerrard came in, that was a team getting scudded off Progress and Niederkorn. That team was bad. All right. You could argue the rebuild is bigger than that because he needs to get rid of a lot more rather than then it was kind of just more bringing better players in. They'll have to go. Parkhead, but rebuilds can work. Ange Postecoglou, of course they can work, but there's a difference between it being work and confidence. Like, Ange lost 3 of his first 6 games. Celtic fans were not confident after that. All right. Sorry, has to go now. Poor, real poor. Go, please go. AR wants Clement to go. It's time to go. Time to go. Philip Clement has nothing on Big Ange. Big Ange would slap the bloody Beale, the baldy Beale, while sleeping. Yeah, but here, that's a positive for Rangers to take those trips because it's no Ange, it's Brendan Rodgers, and he's worse than Ange. Numbers don't lie. Generally, we haven't been successful with foreign managers. We need a pragmatic British manager. True, but here I don't care. See as long as they're getting the job done. That's all that matters to me. But You know, well, I just don't want to be sitting here before Christmas saying, "Oh, Clement, he gets sacked," and "Oh, this next guy that we've brought in, you know, if they give him the keys to the kingdom, then it'll be no bad." I just want to avoid that. I would love to be sitting here at Christmas time being like, you know what, we're in this title fight. Clement's rebuild's worked. Maybe a wee strong January can get us over the finish line. That's being optimistic though. Sick of Celtic. AR, you know, sweet fuck all. Next season is ours. I'm liking the confidence. I'm liking it. Generally, we haven't been. I've already read that. Why? That team are fit and can play. Should win 3 points or win cups. No excuses, says Jay from Oban. Um, yeah, Beale was British, but was he very pragmatic? Probably not. If you need 12 players, where you get the money from? Your skin. Yeah. JJ, you like this big man, don't you? You like asking where Rangers are getting their money from. I don't know where they're going to get their money from. Sell players. Do we get a loan? Go to the bank? Get their pennies together? I'm not too sure. But yeah, the team's piss poor, man. They bottled it. Talk about injuries. It's the team that was out there should have got the job done yesterday, and they didn't. Dujon Sterling has the same temperament as Bass. He just wants to play football. We need 11 men who want to run over teams, no back off them. The defined fisherman. I agree. Do not reel that one in. Cast that one out, and hopefully we can catch 10 other players that can play alongside Sterling. Brendan won the league by more points than Big Ange and was unbeaten against Rangers. Yeah, right. That is factual information, Frankie. That is. But I know that I would rather go up against Brendan Rodgers' Celtic than Ange's Celtic, right? Because more often than not, Rangers get scudded by Ange's Celtic, and Ange's Celtic were just much better in general in beating other teams. Is no EBT's getting fired in there. Celtic fans are shiting it. It's always the same patter. Have you been watching the court case for Celtic? It's already at 20 mil. 20 mil. That Champions League money going to good use then. Time will tell. Tav and Goldson need to go either way. It's great, mate. It's great, mate. Support Celtic. Celtic will spend mega. You lot. Celtic will not spend mega, JJ. Refer back to Danny there. They might spend mega in that, but I don't think they're going to spend mega in the transfer market. They won't. This illusion that Celtic are going to spend like 40 million, right? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's never going to be a net spend of 40 million at Celtic. All right? Never. The gap between the teams might show on the scorelines, but Celtic have 5 or 6 players to sell for a few million. Rangers have no one. Trying to ship Tav to Saudi for 2 million, lol. Yeah, but if Celtic have got 5 or 6 players ready to sell for a few million, well, what's that going to do if they sell them? If they're not spending 40 million, all right? Celtic are not spending 40 million. You heard that here first. If Celtic spend 40 million, no chance. Not a chance. Who's Celtic going to spend 40 million on, by the way? They spend 40 million. That's like £5 million players. That sounds feasible, but then you sell a Tati and O'Reilly and you're making more than 40 million back. Celtic are only going to spend 40 million if they can get roughly 40 million back in money. All right. It's all good winning the Champions League, but we all know what's going to happen. Next season, they'll get scudded in the Champions League and they'll cry about why they didn't spend anything in the summer, but we'll still win the league. Yeah, that's a Strathclyde Park legend. JJ, I'll let you know. Who's paying for this rebuild? Moneylenders. Buy Butland for 40 million. There's a good chance that Matt O'Reilly leaves Celtic and Atati. Good players, they demand, and they've been there a few seasons now. They might want to leave. Let's make a bet. If Celtic spend 40 million, you have to wear a Celtic top the next Old Firm in the Rangers end. Lol. What's the script with those Union beats attacking Graces full of family sell who for what? There's a lot to get into, right? Yeah, but Celtic's not going to have a net spend of 40 million. They could spend 40 million, right? But they could sell like 37 million, only spend a net spend of 3. It's not going to happen, right? And as for the Union Bears, where were they attacking? I just know they were running down Gallowgate. Well, I don't know if it was Grace's, right, but whatever I seen about the Union Bears, some old guy not batter one of them in a pub. I'm not too sure where it was. That's just Twitter though. Not really reading not really reading too much into that. But the Philip Clement, right? So Philip Clement, 32% yes, 68% no. 30 million for O'Reilly and 20 for Rio. No bad money, Stevie. No, it's no bad money, but Celtic are not spending 40 million without getting rid of players, all right? Because they don't need to, and that's why they won't. Now, they could spend 40 million if they wanted to take a step forward and compete in Europe, but they're not going to do that. How much will your lot spend? Because you will lose a few. Look like Smurfs, that's kind of funny. I don't know how much Rangers are going to spend, right? I'm going to guess hee-haw. Right, that's what I'm going to guess. No chance they will have to pay American families after the court case. They're going to be skint soon, I guarantee it. Well, maybe that'll be the case for Celtic, right? But this is more about Rangers. If Celtic are going to be skint soon, that's good for them. But for Rangers, it's the here and now that Rangers need to act in. And I'm not too convinced. Is the Rangers going to be able to do it? Clement, I've seen somebody on Twitter here. I'm 100% behind Philip Clement. Why do the Union Bears cover up their faces when in town? You're going to have to take that with the Union Bears, Parkhead boy. I don't know. To hide their identities, I would assume so. The fact 68% says no show that we have a lot of happy clappers in our support. How many titles do we need to lose before some of you happy boys get real? I had somebody comment earlier, right, that I was a fake Rangers fan because of what I said about Cantwell and Clement, but then he actually turned out to be a Clement out, so I didn't get that. I was in the comments, some of said, you're skint, no, they won't usually. It's a net spend, they will sell, they will buy, so it evens itself out. Yeah, it will be a net spend. They're not splashing 40 million unanswered, Celtic, because they work probably. That's why, yep, they get sacked if they were seen. Great to see your fans are not a meltdown. Celtic will never have poorer seasons than the one they just had. Sevco FC, more rebuilds than the $6 million man, Ted DiBiase, in here, but they're a little bunch of rats. But see, people are like, 1 minute you've got people praising Brendan Rodgers, and 1 minute it's, Celtic won't have a season as bad. So that's just proof that Ange was better than Brendan Rodgers. I think we can all accept this. I think we can all accept this. Look at last season. If we want to say Beale was better than Clement, if Beale was better than Clement, then why didn't he close the gap to Celtic? Because Ange was in charge. All right. I'm on JJ. That part's pish. We've already established this. Him up there. Up. I don't know. There we go. Boom. Definitely Ange was better. Ange was better, man. It's like calling, Rangers passed away, right? If he gets a few more proper prize signs in for the friendlies, kicks their arses in gear, who knows? Who are we going to be taking on? Who's going to be the new Man United manager in Edinburgh? More like you're a fake Rangers fan, you sit back and say nothing. Real Rangers fans are up in arms and want to march to the front doors of Ibrox, demanding the frickin' boards, heads on sticks. Absolutely. I agree with that. The Union Bears are a bunch of wee fannies who my wee sister would batter one at a time. David Connor getting stuck into the Union Bears there. But if Rangers are dead, why are you so obsessed about what we're doing? No, but you're right. I don't get this logic, man. You need to come on, Joe, reel it in. Get your fishing rod out and reel it in. But yeah, if you're accepting what's happening at the minute, you're a happy clapper. And I would say you're more of a fake fan if you can actually accept what's going on. It shouldn't be accepted, but it seems to be. And I don't think if you're Clement in, you're a happy clapper, right? I think, there's a lot of people wanting Clement to stay, but no Rangers fans actually go and demonstrate. Well, that's why it needs to be organised then, doesn't it? I do think Clement is the man. He's not had his signings, need to be patient. Champions again, Ollie. It's like going from a new Ferrari to an old classic Jaguar, Ange to Brendan. An old classic, a brand new Ferrari to an old classic Jaguar. Vintage, but shite is what we're going there. Tactically, Brendan Rodgers better than Ange. Do 1 point coins make me smile? I like to talk about RFC and keep their memory alive. I think some of these Celtic fans care more about Rangers than they do Celtic, which is fair enough. You know, being the bigger club and all. Makes sense. Makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense. That's what we've said every year since Gerrard, and look where we still are. That logic just doesn't wash. Yeah, I don't know. It would feel premature to sack Clement, and you're right, Sean. I think he won't get sacked, right? But what I would say is, if we sacked him now and we brought someone in and it fucking flopped, you'd be like, should we really get rid of Clement? With Gio and Beale, it was done. They had to go. With Clement, I don't think it's nowhere near that stage yet, but it's getting there, is what I would say. He's the amount of obsessed little fiddlers talking on a Rangers channel. Celtic fans have moaned that much that the refs are scared to give decisions against them. True. Cal McGregor did say that decisions have to go for Celtic sooner rather than later in 2023 at the start of the year. And since then, they've had a lot of decisions, Celtic. We don't care about Rangers. We like to laugh at Rangers. Have you heard if Tav's leaving? I don't know. I hope Tav's leaving. I'm sick of talking about James Tavernier. He's got to go. But he probably won't go. Not any time yet. Tavernier. He's got to go. I'm sick of James Tavernier. Yeah, a lot of songs being changed, banners being replaced probably for it. It's soul destroying. It is. 5 million, hopefully. I think we'll be lucky to get 5 million. I just hope Saudi come in, look at his team of the season stats on FIFA and be like, you know what, actually, we need to bring in James Tavernier. All right. Tav can boat off to Saudi and take Goldson with him. Fuck Goldson, fuck Tav, fuck them all. Celtic legend Tav, he may as well be. 12 players on loan, that could work. I love Tav, but his time's up. I'm afraid. Take the pay and give us a good 10 mil summer. But see, Sean, you're saying you love Tav. It's like a love-hate relationship. I don't anymore. Players outstay their welcome, and he has. At the end of the day. Because the same mutant fans, son. I accidentally pressed yes to the PC. I meant no. We should give him a chance. Don't fear it. It's not like that poll I've put up actually means he gets sacked. Let's forget about it. Tav will be 33 in October. There's no chance you're getting anything from it. The Rangers fans are never on Celtic podcasts because you've nothing to say to us. I know, but you could argue there's no obsession from us, Parkhead boy. That could be the reality. Come on, people, hit the like button. Get this guy more subscribers. Aye, I agree with Andy there. You can hit the dollar button as well and send a super chat if you really want to. John Fatal, can't sing every Saturday now. The fans, these shiftless bastards won't be forgiven. But see, but apparently, if you show a bit of anger towards that, you're not a real fan, John. Even though you definitely are. Bring back Pedro, Muscat Mayhem, Kevin Muscat. He served us well, but it's long overdue now. See, but it's all ifs and buts, right? But if we won the Europa League and he left, it would be like, oh, what a high that is, but we didn't. And the problem is with having those players. A few of them, they won 55 and probably thought this is going to be brilliant, and it's not really turned out to be brilliant. Since then, you love Tav, mate. He's won 3 trophies in 12 years, mate. What are you talking about, mate? You're going to reply to that, Sean? Or am I going to have to reply for you? Again, it's 3 trophies in 12 years. It's pish. We did have someone trying to argue that it's actually 3 trophies in 4 years, but I mean, you're just glossing out 9 years there. It's all just fun. Fun is a 3-letter word, troops. Pish. As soon as you lot went top early in the season, the Celtic podcasts were full of creams. Well, you know what, right? I don't go on to Celtic podcasts, right? Because I've got better things to do in my time. But maybe that was true. Probably was true. Because you know what? Seeing you're on top, you can absolutely twist the knife. But here, some fans are obsessed. From which side you can pick your own side, but you know what? A lot of people from both sides are depressed. They're depressed. Well, there's only one side depressed, actually. Obsessed. Me, a wee tool. Well, keep it good, Billy. You're a channel legend, Billy. After that £10 donation, what was the point? What was the point I was even saying? earlier. I can't even remember. What was the point I was saying? Was it about Tavernier? No, it was about the trophies in 4 years. That was it. Even though it's true, we have to count the other 9. All right, we have to count the other 9. John Field, his trophy haul is shite, but you can't deny his numbers. And too many times he's pulled us out the ship. But forget about his numbers, Sean. His numbers don't do anything to us. And yeah, he scored a goal against Aberdeen, won that. He was instrumental in that Europa League run. He scored a lot of crucial penalties and goals. But you know what? He has overseen shite. He's overseen the worst period that this club will probably ever see. And that can't continue to go on. We need a change up, man. We really, really do. Gers need better skilled players and better strikers or play some Gers the B team. Would you bet on Clement being the manager at the end of the next season? I like a bet, but no. You would have to. You would absolutely. I wouldn't put a bet on it though, to be fair. Stand on the Rangers' neck next season. Trying to sack Clement is laughable left with Beale's duds and nothing but injuries. Let him build his team and he will come good. At least won some in his first season. Gerrard didn't. He's still got time. Yeah, you got to factor that in as well. Andy, big work. That's the main reason. Work. It's all about the work. Yeah, you said that Stevie Hayes' goals mean nothing because we've won hardly anything. True. You know, when we're winning, you know, it's like when he scored that goal against Aberdeen, that means something. That's to win a cup final, and you know when he's title 55, yeah, his goals contributed to that. But when you don't win anything, it doesn't mean no one really remembers it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Charles Green gets his quid back. I don't know. Did he send it to me? Huh? It's just Tab. It's the whole rotten club. We need backers. The club is meant. Said that about Gio and Beale. Well, here we are. Here we are. How long will your rebuild take and caught? Ah, come on, JJ. Come on. How long will it take? I don't know. And how much will it cost? Well, I'm no in the finance department. Look at the teams he's played over his tenure and look at teams Fergie played with. I mean, what I would say is, in terms of what it would cost, maybe 40 million all in. But it depends. You say 40 million, man. You could spend 40 million on flops. So at the end of the day, if you spend it correctly, if you get frees, if Rangers sign the best frees available and spend the money wisely, you could technically do it for like 10 million. But you know, that's not probably realistic. You know, it's unrealistic to think like that. I mean, obviously, I could turn around and say, "Oh, give us 500 million," and with 500 million, even if you signed flops, you would sign enough people to get the job done. Another 9 in a row coming. Would you not want 10 in a row? Why would you stop at another 9? The Rangers are getting a Prove loan. They could. Liquidated by Green and White. You couldn't make it up. What confidence does it give current players when one's coming and looking up their captain that has lost final upon final upon final? If they don't change captain next season, will hell mend them? Tav's the worst captain in Rangers history. Certainly the weakest mentality. Yeah, when he comes out and says stuff like, "Oh, you know, we're fearing it when we're on top, or we're fearing it when we go to Ibrox with fans," and things he said in the past, it's like, oh, James Tavernier, what is that? Oh, but you should never, even if he's thinking that, do not come out and say it. And apparently, because of Atlanta's finish in Serie A, Rangers are now seeded in the Champions League. That is what I'm talking about. Seeded in the Champions League. Nine first before we get to 10, silly Billy. Right, sweet. Celtic aren't going to do 9 or 10 in a row, all right? I hope they don't. Imagine the state of these live streams of Rangers or Celtic on the verge of doing 9. I mean, that would be what, 9? That'd be 18 out of 19 trophies. Titles? Oh. Sterling should be captain, yep. Butland's coming over the parkhead. Yeah, I know. Anybody, any captain, even any player saying things like that, man. Just strip it off him. I bet you, right? If you stripped it off him, he'd throw his toys at the pram. James Tavernier. Bet you he would. Look, an absolute moonbeam of the highest order. You hurting me, guy? No such thing. At least the Gers women's team won the Scottish Cup and the PC was watching the youth final. Hamden was spot up. There's a lot of JJs. There's JJ Celtic and JJ Rangers in the chat. Double J. All next we needs Jeff Jarrett. But right, you're talking about the women's team, right? They lost it on the last day of the season. I couldn't care. I couldn't care about them winning the Scottish Cup or the SWPL Cup or whatever cup and the Youth Cup. That doesn't do anything to me. It's see, unless it's the real McCoy, man. I don't care. Celtic will strengthen this summer. Rangers have a perfect transfer window. The gap will be huge next season. Potentially. Get him out the Hall of Fame ASAP. Disgrace, he's in there, but they're never going to take him out. Next game against Celtic and Phil sacked. Phil is sacked. Will he be sacked next game, troops? Will Phil be sacked? I'm not too convinced. If he gets scudded, yes. If they lose narrowly, they'll keep him. But it all depends. You know, it all depends at the end of the day. Right. I think we should end this Clement poll. Should Clement be sacked? Nah, they won't take him out because we make them look dumb, and that's why they won't do it. They won't do it. Borna Barisic. But see another thing, right, that's actually pissed me off as well. It's like in that game, cup final, Kamar Roof, not even on the bench, and I get it, the guy's been a disgrace, right? But he couldn't even keep himself fit for a cup final while we're having to bring on a guy that's been injured pretty much since, he's been away with the Africa Cup of Nations and Seaman for Dessers. So that's when Roof should be, his last appearance, looking today, something, not even making the bench because he's a fucking pathetic excuse to a footballer. Same with Barisic as well. He's injured. They don't give a fuck about the club. No, it's pathetic, actually. See, you think of that. And then bringing Scott Wright on for Cantwell. And then bringing John Lundstrom on. Shitey pants John Lundstrom. That was the worst. That was the rub salt in the wounds, man. Don't you think it was a bad day? The shows. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, Roof was on a plane somewhere. Why? As pish as he is, like he's a striker. Could he not give us one last decent half-assed cameo? No, couldn't. Pathetic. Fucking pathetic, man. It sums it up. Like, I know Joe Hart's different. He's retiring, but like he's starting. Didn't have to do any saves, but he went and won the cup, right? And what's Roof, Barisic, and all these other players doing that are leaving? Nothing. Just go out with their tail tucked between their legs because they're no fucking real men. Shite bags. Absolute shite bags, the highest order. But I didn't want to be anywhere near the team. I don't want to lose to Celtic again, even though I spent my entire fucking career doing it because I'm a fucking loser. Brilliant. Pish. That's what they are. I'm fucking sick of them, man. Sick of them. I mean, Kamar Roof shot himself as well during the Europa League run. Pathetic excuse of football. Oh, but he almost scored a Puskas goal against Standard Low Edge during the COVID season. Well done. Well done, Kamar. Fucking round of applause, son. Pish. Yeah, I think it was bad though to show the Walter statue. That was a Kamar Roof and Borna Barisic rant, and every other shite bastard is leaving. I heard Big Phil hit Cantwell with a stone cold stunner in the locker room after the game. It's stone cold. Hopefully. One can only hope he hit him with a stunner. Clement 316 says, I've just derailed your club. Captain Weetabix Roof, that's his name. Let's wait and see next season when Celtic are losing to us. They'll be shouting, kill the board and sack the manager. They act like they're self-entitled. But see, what the problem is, we have had more than opportunities enough this season to force that, right? Because if we actually stepped up to task and beat Celtic in any of these old firms, maybe not that final because they've won the league, but we haven't. Brendan Rodgers would have been getting pelters this season, but no, Rangers just whipped out the red carpet for him. Kamar Roof whipped out the ball and then dove in head first into the milk to complete the Weetabix. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of these shite bastards. That's what I'm sick of. So, it was so avoidable this season. I'm not. See my people hanging on and blaming Michael Beale. Fucking blame the players that he brought in, not him. You know what I mean? Oh, Michael, well, I know he brought them in, but what about all the other players that are there? What about all the players we brought in January? Everybody, man, everyone's to fucking blame for this shit show. Can't just blame Michael Beale. I feel fury, mate. I was like you in the 90s when Rangers were winning all the time. That's the way it goes. I was raging every Derby game. Big Paul McStay. Clement is clueless. Fucking embarrasses the club with shite spewing nonsense about XG. Honestly, see that. Oh, but some Celtic people were saying we're the better team. Yeah, you know what I mean. Well, so what, Clement? You know what I mean. Some Celtic fans chant about the IRA. You're going to fucking go and praise them. I mean, what's Clement's logic with that? Oh, some Celtic fans said we were. What does that? Does that deliver us a Scottish Cup trophy? It doesn't deliver us fuck all. I'd rather him say, here, they thought they got screwed, but guess what? We won the fucking trophy. You know, it doesn't work that way. Beale's biggest downfall is wanting to play with no wingers. No wingers, too many, not enough. Pish. To be honest, the game was fairly 50-50, it was, but what's your name? What's your Jers Bears name? Him up there. Call him whatever you want. Shite cunt. Self-entitled, no passion winners, yes. That's why Ruth Barisic, Goldson, Tav, Lundstrom, right, and that need to go. Well, I mean, at least they are going, but I think Kamar Roof's cameo at Parkhead, I lost the plot. He was doing nothing. He just came on and did nothing. Again, he might have did nothing if he came on there in that final, but get yourself. I mean, it's probably the last minutes he's ever going to play in his footballing career before his legs disintegrate into another bowl of Weetabix, but come on. Brent puts on the comment here, use with the moral winners today. I think Clement would have stuck the head through Brendan if he said that. Celtic were poor this season, they were. Billy Connolly, all day, every day. Clement had a spell of luck such as an overrated manager. Beale's biggest downfall was thinking he was a football manager. JJ Celtic, it's hard playing teams that don't even try to play football. Yeah, but Jeffrey, but Ange had the same problem and he blew them away. You know what I mean? Like, let's stop pretending that teams in this league have stopped to play football in like the last couple of seasons. It's been that way for a while. How can we not beat a poor Celtic team? Because we're shite and we're serial bottlers. That's why we can't beat them. The players, I fucking hate these players, actually. There you go. Get rid of all of them. I cannot wait. When is it? The 31st of March? May? What day is that? I don't even know what day it is. I actually cannot wait to see Barisic, Roof, all those pricks released from their contracts. I will do celebrationary shots for that, man. So this is Rangers' Champions League qualifying opponents have been confirmed. So let me just see this. So Rangers in the third qualifying round could get Fenerbahce, Union St. Galossi, Dynamo Kiev, 20, Partizan Belgrade, or Lugano. And we're seeded now for the playoff, which means we do avoid the likes of Slavia Prague, Salzburg, Lille. Well, actually, no, Salzburg and Lille would be unseeded for the playoff. So, you know what? Even if we have a shit rebuild, I would say I've got enough faith that we could beat those sort of teams in the playoff round. So thank you, Atlanta. It's looking like a Fenerbahce or a Salzburg. Fenerbahce, Salzburg, Lille. I'd fancy our chances against them more than PSV. There's a lot of comments here. Agree, Stevie. You could be the next Rangers boss. I would hope so. The game was crap, but Celtic were the only team that looked capable of playing a bit of football. They did a bit of passing in the first half, whereas every time we got the ball, it was all mayhem. Yep. Rangers set up yesterday was part of the boss net on the counter, to be fair. Celtic had 63 possession. Clement had the cheek to say Rangers were the better team. It doesn't matter who's the better team. You know, I don't know where Clement using that logic, right, would work. But, you know, if it's the first Old Firm of the season and we've dominated and we've got beat somehow by a dodgy decision, which some would argue that's still what happened. But, yeah, I'm not crying about dodgy decisions. There's a place and time for it. Not your fourth Old Firm game of the season, Clement, and not a cup final. And You know, I was going to say I think it was years ago. It is years ago. Remember the League Cup final between Rangers and Celtic, the 1-1-0, the offside Julian goal? We played brilliant that day and still get beat. But I didn't hear Steven Gerrard fucking crying after the game. He was crying. Well, he was crying about the offside decision, but he wasn't crying about, oh, we were the much better team. I think that logic's pish, man. He wasn't going, well, you know what, actually, Neil Lennon said we were the better team in that game. No. Pathetic. Rafe fans dressed up as bananas. The county game was great. Were you at the county game, Jeffrey? Clement can get his hair done in Turkey if it's Fenerbahce. Barisic and Lundstrom, he'll be doing somersaults at the Ibrox, or even more shite. Celtic had a bad season football-wise. You won't catch us for years. Sniff, sniff, smell the money. Sniff, sniff, sniff. All right. Every time a Rangers player got the ball, he passed it to a Celtic man or fell on his arse. Never seen a Rangers team so poor. It's who has the trophy that matters. Exactly. Clement comes up with some bizarre stuff. He does. I grew up during 9 in a row and Celtic battered us constantly, but we're still. Yeah, I mean, that was like 10, well, maybe not 10, 8, 7, 8, 9 years ago where Celtic was beating us every game, winning all those trophies. Do you not find it weird Clement was using the whole point score until it began 8 rather than 7? He's pathetic. I don't hate Clement, but I hate the stuff he's coming out and saying. He just needs to shut up. Who's the new captain? EBT days are gone, all like RFC. Rangers 9 in a row, Stevie. Oh, right, yes. Well, that makes more of a sense. I know, because I was going to say, I didn't actually read the end bit of your comment, but always won. I was like, we didn't always win, but yeah, our 9 in a row. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it's just, you're playing these games these days, man. You're not winning anything. Do a vote for new captain. All right, I'll do it in a minute. I'll put it up in a minute. I'm 61. Can remember all the great Rangers teams. That's why I detest this bunch of fannies. See, yep, 61. That takes you back to 60. What? 63. This must just be. I've touched upon it before, but it's like you can deal with the shite, right? When you go down the leagues and come back up, because you just have to kind of accept it. But since then, it's 62, fair enough. So you're 62 this year. Anyway, but yeah, it's just not good enough, right? So we're going to put up who should be Rangers captain? Right, we're putting this poll up here. Butland. I don't even know who's going to stay next season for me. Tav, Sterling, Butland. Who should be the fourth option be? I have fucking no idea who the fourth option should be. Fuck it, I'll put Suter in. I don't even know why I'm putting John Suter in, but I couldn't think of anybody. You've seen them do 9 in a row twice, for fuck's sake. Still make a good captain. Your next manager, McKinn's. Derek McKinn's turned us down, and I don't think we come asking twice. All right. We Barry Ferguson getting off the team bus to Boxy, we Celtic fans. That's when the team cared. Yep. That's when it was real men. Yeah, you just remember back to the glory days and compare it to this farce. Just seen Big Philip is blaming the Rangers board, saying timing of Walter Smith's statue interrupted team preparations in the loss to the champions. Wouldn't surprise me if Clement came out and said something like that, to be honest. That's dedication, Billy. Mince. National service, everybody, if the Conservative wins. What do we make of that? Right, who's winning this poll? Paul. Sterling's winning the poll. I like a player that calls his own team shit. Dujon Sterling, get in there, son. Get in the club. Butland. I feel like RFC. I'm in heaven. Down, 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 down. Is that the song you're going for there, JJ? Not too sure. What? Taver's a Hall of Famer. I put respect on it. He's a Diddy, man. I'm fucking done with James. I'm done with them all. Even Jack Butland, man. I couldn't believe he made that mistake. I feel like a goalie being captain is a bit. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I don't like. I think the captain should be out in the pitch. I think it's hard to be a captain from the back. Steve, do you like the other GL's YouTube live cam chats? I don't really. And I watch the Rangers rabble when they're live. CJ Noah doesn't really do lives, and no, I know he is, John. I know I've written the pish, but no respect on his name. Don't worry, I know who the chat regulars are. I know what team they support. Not many people in these chats support any other team. What was I going to say there? But yeah, I don't really keep an eye on other people's live chats. Maybe other people's live chats have some more super chats. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, $sign. Butland will want to wait and we'll have to sell him. JJ, were you the one of fans that got a letter for your board saying you need to wash? Too funny. That's mad, though. Imagine getting that letter. Brass neck on that. Goalkeeper. No, he doesn't. That's what I'm saying. But he will for the Euros. He'll try and hoover some views that way, even though he doesn't really support the national team. Goalkeeper is only captain until one of the new players step up to become captain. Yeah, I agree. Other than Sterling, if I could steal in the hoops, I would. Yeah, Rangers do have a few strong points. A keeper can't be out there amongst the players. Arjun, that RFC News guy's a fud, by the way. He doesn't even know what he's on about. This is all clickbaity stuff, isn't it? Channel taking off as season finishes. Well, you know what? I don't even care about the channel taking off. I don't. It's all about talking the truth here, and if people want to listen to it, then go ahead. Lol, sniff, sniff, smell the fear. Is that all you've got, JJ? How much money have Rangers got, and then sniff, sniff? English dude, is he English? Right, I know there's a Canadian guy, or not Canadian, Australian guy. But there's a guy that's got a Celtic fan channel and a Rangers one, and it's the same guy. I know it's the same guy. He does the same thumbnails. He sells the same shirts, just with different logos. There you go. There he is. That's the guy that delivers all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. Don't turn into the Ranger. Nothing will turn in. This channel will never turn into the Rangers Rabble channel. I'm for Ross County near Dundee. You're from Dingwall near Dundee. Does he make what does that even mean? Do you mean you were born in Dingwall, but you're made in the Royal Navy, or you now live in Dundee, near Dundee? I mind before he was RFC News, he tried acting neutral. What was his old channel? But see, that's pathetic, right? That is, how can you go from acting neutral to then supporting a team? It's different if you're like 10. But the guy's an adult then that. He sounds like Mark Goldbridge on steroids. You know, not a Forest fan, but then decided to leech on to Manchester United for that moolah, for that money. It's worked for him. For a guy called Brent. 4 points, was an English team. Then he started. Yeah, but see, he probably knew the English team wouldn't draw, but he knew leeching on to Rangers would. And I haven't checked out his views. I don't know what his numbers are, but here he's probably doing all right for himself. Dingwall was miles away. Yeah, so I don't know what he's on about. Maybe he's doing the Inverness gimmick, to be fair. I think Butland has been overrated. I reckon it seems like propaganda. They keep you thinking there's a chance he's shite and his stats are shit to the back up. Rangers want to win, you need like winners. Nah, but Butland, right, you know what? He's been poor since March, right? But I'm not having this. He's been overrated, pish. Stevie, if you were the new 26,000 subs he's got for clickbait shite, what's that all about? Yeah, you're right, though. He's only doing it for the views and the subscriptions, man. He's not a Rangers fan. So he supported an English team, then he supported both Old Firm teams, and then he's only supporting Rangers. That's a real fan. For fuck's sake, you've 2 times adverts interrupt your show. Yeah, adverts create the money, big man. 26,000 subs, you need to beat us. Tells you 3 of the worst happy clappers. Those 3 in the Rangers review after getting beat heavy and losing the league. He comes on and says, "Happy Monday, everybody." What's he happy about? Lost the league. Defo overrated. He can't act like he's been sensational. He's made mistakes, right? But Butland has been really good for Rangers. I'll drop the term sensational, right? But he has been really good. He calls Ibrox the Ibrox. Oh, that's bogging, isn't it? RFC used to do Liverpool videos, so there you go. That's all I needed to know. So he used to be a Liverpool fan. Like Blair McInally, he used to be a Liverpool fan. I'll go check Rangers news. Be right back. If you're up for even, it's all good banter. Take the good and the bad. Yep, it's all about banter, isn't it? Thick skin. Says the Rangers as well. He's got 26,000 subs. I think everyone who's subscribed to him should probably unsubscribe from him. He doesn't sound like a proper Rangers man. No, Butland has been a good keeper for Rangers. Taken for Celtic, definitely a good keeper. Derek Clark, the Happy Mondays man. We've just lost the league to Celtic. Yeah, that is a wee bit. Mince. Butland done the same thing at County. Cost you there. Yeah, but people forget against County, man. He made like 3 other great saves. Yeah, he's not a Rangers support. I'm going to actually find this guy. RFC news. Let's see here. RFC news. 28,000 subs. 28,000 subs. He wants Rangers to call it out. Yeah. He does like the old a day in the life of a British infantry soldier in the army. Upload it. Fair enough. Anyway, forget about RFC news. Back to the chat. Rangers refuse nonsense. What do you think of O'Reilly? O'Reilly's good. He's one of the best players in the league. I can't. You can't. You can't deny that. Celtic needs to sign Butland for 7-8 million just to rub it in, give the cream. That'd be funny. Show you're angry if you're a real Rangers fan. Yeah, I mean, you don't make fids just for the sake of it, right? And I've not even watched his fids, right? I know the Australian guy, but seeing we get beat, man, I'm never buzzing about it. And some people might be buzzing because they might get fused or whatever. I just come and speak the truth. Signing Butland would be good. Klosser, man, Sposh should be the next Rangers. Butland no more than 4 million. He's worth more than that. Caden McLeish, there we go. 199. Thank you, big man. There you go, man. Celtic men come through. I tell you what, can't even argue with that. A lot of I'd say most of the super chats I've got from this from YouTube has been from Celtic fans. So you know what? Fair play. He's clips from hundreds of games out of context. Glasgow Rangers Nation is quite good. Here, I was told he was pissed, and he's been in the chat a few times, and I was kind of burying him, so I don't even know. Is he any good? Glasgow Rangers Nation, what's opinions on him? Do you not think Rangers should look to the Asian markets like Celtic and Hearts have done? Not a lot of money for some real quality and character. Rangers need to do anything think it's going to get the job done, because we are loaded. Celtic, Hearts loaded. Yeah, and very Celtic are the generous fans. I mean, if the Rangers fans are holding all our money together for the transfer budget, I'll use that as an excuse. He speaks out when we're garbage, Steve. He doesn't hide or happy clap. Then that sounds all right. You can't hide, you can't happy clap at the minute. It would be a very slow, depressing clap right now. Remember early in the season, Butland was worth 30 million. Who said he was worth 30 million? Who said he was worth 30 million? Someone probably said he was worth 30 million. Somebody said he was worth 30 million. Who said it? Butland's no bad. No 30 million worth, though. Do you think something needs to change deeper at the club? Yeah, I mean, ideally, you'd probably get rid of the board. You said he was worth 30 million, Kenneth. We found him. Didn't take too long to search for him there, but boom, there we go. He's been found. He's been saved. Manchester City celebrate title with parade, but 5 people turned up. More people turned up for the Manchester Marathon. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, tell me one thing at Rangers that doesn't need to change, apart from the stadium. I think everything else probably needs enough to change. Rangers Radio said it. Do you like Gers Radio? Rangers Radio? Who's the Rangers Radio? I don't listen to the Rangers Radio. Enlighten me. If they're coming out with Jack Butland's worth 30 million, then, But see, if they've said he's worth 30 million, right, and if he was in the Premier League and he was putting on his performances, that's fair enough. But goalie who's 31 is not going to go for 30 million in our league, all right? People that go for 30 million in our league is going to be like a Matt O'Reilly, all right? That is as good as it's going to get. 100% need to change the training format, the medical team. Yep, that should be first of the list. Butland for 7, 8, 4 or 5. I don't think Rangers would sell for 4 or 5 or 7 or 8. I think it needs to be upwards of 10, maybe 12 million for Butland. But, the more mistakes that creep into this game, the less likely you're going to be getting that sort of Leeds get beat by Southampton. Here, Andy, you said Leeds would beat Southampton, by the way, and I've just went and stuck my life. Fuck, you said stick that £2 on them earlier. Now, thankfully, I didn't. I may have won bet one, but Rangers Radio, and you're not allowed to curse. Wait, you're not allowed to curse? That's pathetic. Oh, you're not allowed to curse. You don't need to swear to get your point across, they probably say. You don't necessarily need to, but you know what? If you're passionate about something, you'll let out a few F-bombs, wouldn't you? Butland is only good against a shit team. Some of the Old Firm goals are terrible from Butland. Even the 4th goal at Ibrox was on Butland. The 4th goal was free each. What are you on about? The 4th goal? We scored the 4th goal. You on about a days? Yeah, he could have done better for that. Absolutely. We need to strengthen the spine of the team. We need to look into the medical staff and why we're getting all these injuries. I know they burst to my coupons. See, Southampton did win. I didn't really fancy Leeds today. Not that I fancy Southampton. I thought it was too hard of a game. But at Atlanta, they won 3-0. They were good odds. They were 6-4. Generally think Dessers is all right, by the way. I would keep Dessers as like a second, third option. Stevie, what Rangers channels do you watch? Right, I think everybody here knows about CJ Novo. I would watch CJ Novo, the Rangers Rabble, and that's about it. I don't really watch. I mean, I'm aware of other channels, right? But I don't go out of my way to watch a lot of them. I know RFC News. I know that Steely guy. And I'm sure there's a few others that I'm forgetting. But yeah, if they're going to happy clap and pretend that things are all right and that we're not turning into a joke of a club, then yeah. Atlanta were 5-2 last night. That's brilliant odds. CJ Novo is a bit of a happy clapper. I say bit of a happy clapper. I would say he is. He's not the most happiest of clappers, but he's a happy clapper nonetheless. What happened to Gabe Jesus? Well, that name get changed. This name's much better. CJ Novo is good. Don't know his actual name. I think his actual name's Craig. It's probably Craig, something beginning with J, and then obviously Novo's the CJ, not CJ Novo, fucking Nacho Novo. Sai Shankland, he scores goals. Never mind betting on corners, cards, first goal. Should place bets on injuries per game. CJ is a cool guy. He's a beautiful guy. Is he? Is he, JJ? Is he? Nearly won $2,000 from Atlanta against Leverkusen. Hey, how did I just beat Leverkusen? Why was it such shite odds? No, he's not the worst happy clapper, but he is one. He is one. He absolutely is one. Lost on corners. There's nothing worse when you need a corner in a game and it just does not seem. Do you like the Rangers review? The Glasgow, the Rangers. See, I've probably listened. I don't know. CJ Novo gets a lot of hate mail. Tries to keep it. He does try to keep everyone happy. He does. But see, he said in his video yesterday that there's going to be a few things coming out in the summer. to do with like current and ex players, and for him to keep those gigs, and he's done things with like FIFA, where he's played with like Ryan Jack, and I believe he's played with Tavernier. In order to keep those connections going, you can't go in on, you know what I mean? Like I've said here, James Tavernier's a shite cunt, Scott Wright, etc., shite bastard, fucking never play for this club again. There's no way I'm going to be sitting down on a couch next to Scotty Shitey Pants. That's just not going to work. But if you keep a working relationship, you know, you criticise him a wee bit, you can still, you can do that. Son. Hello everyone, this is CJ Nova, and today we're back with a brand new video. Boom! Caps. CJ Nova never seems the decisions to go against Rangers. He's a happy clapper, doesn't want to lose subscribers. Rangers Review and the Celtic Way are part of a newspaper group. They are the same company. Oh, are they? Do you say Bear Gaming? Who's better, Brandon Barker or Scott Wright? I'm going to go with Brandon Barker because, I mean, the guy was at Man City. What's Scott Wright ever done? CJ Novo's a knob jockey. There is a lot of proper meltdowns, after a lack of proper meltdowns after this. Yeah, I would say most people are taking it well. What did you say, Paul? What do you think Larson and McCoy would do in the current state of the Old Firm? Fuck, they'd be scoring like 6 goals a game. Is it nice in Airdrie? Of course it's nice in Airdrie, big man. I've not been in Airdrie for a few months, but CJ Nova's been a few more. He's got, yeah, but he got the rub. He got the Spencer FC rub. CJ Nova. I'll hang in there. I'll never die. Indeed. But yeah, I think Larson. I mean, people talk about Larson only being worth 40 million in today's market. No, come on, he's worth a lot more than that. Juicy Bear goes on that Rangers radio, does he? I have Celtic and Rangers podcast that works together. That is a bit bogging, isn't it? Like, I mean, Fog Football's neutral, but two companies, the same company that works together to produce Celtic and Rangers content separately. I don't know. JJ for Open Dodgy thinks it's dating the site. It's good you remembered where he's from. JJ Open and JJ Celtic. All right, so who's winning? Have a good one. Bye-bye, Jeffrey. All right, who's winning? Sterling's winning. Then it's Butland. Then it's Tav. And then it's Suter. So some people... Formula One gaming, mate. But I mean, Fog just sounds very good. Imagine the glory days of proper players being in the league. I was watching the 6-2 game at Celtic Park and the quality football was unreal. Up Wallace Fuse was causing problems. Do you really want the manager sacked? No, I don't want the manager sacked. Not yet, but here, it's getting close to that. But this is simply what people are thinking. And a lot of people in this chat, we did put up earlier, wanted Clement sacked. Sam. BDO. Sam. Airdrie was Stansford. Currently residing in Belfast, you know. But yeah, come on. Fog, after blatant bias. JJ, if you open, must visit Airdrie. Foggy. Aye, we're fogged, man. We can't see. Maybe I'll go to the Open, JJ. I'll be there next week, on Monday. I would have sacked him along with the board if I was a Rangers fan. He seems delusional. He does. Clement does seem delusional, right, man? Yeah, that's what he... Yeah, but this is... I'm talking like 12 years ago, Parkhead. I'm talking like, you know, light years ago. It's just what do you call those things where it's like free, like an acronym? Will he get to the next game against us and get sacked? He probably... Here. Celtic paid the far. That race today was a waste of 2 hours. Utter boring. It was, but I won my bet. It was good to see Leclerc win. But yeah, I mean... I thought there'd be a bit of intrigue with people on fresher tyres going towards people on dead tyres, but the fact somebody on mediums can make it 77 laps sums up the problem you've got around Monte Carlo. But here, at least it opens up a title fight, but Max has won, so forget about your title fight. Clement just keeps a front like Rodgers. He's raging, I will say that. Take it, the Cantwell shove. Yeah, what do we make of that Cantwell shove? I can understand other people's point of views. Like, if Cantwell's having a go at the officials and he's pushed them for that, I think that's a mess because Clement came in and had a go at the officials straight afterwards. So, if Stevie G did what Clement has done with his first 2 years, we would be singing Stevie G's praises, but not Philip Clement. Different time, though, isn't it? Monaco always boring, can't overtake. Yeah, Monaco's up. Saturday's always better at Monaco. I mean, the last two before today had rain, so they were definitely a bit better than today. You know, but yeah, how does Lenny get sacked from Celtic and Clement doesn't get it in the net for throwing away a league title and we only had to beat County and Dundee? You're right, John. You're right. I'm close to wanting to Clement out, but you know, put it this way: if someone said sack him, I'm not going to be completely against the idea. It was a parade today. Roland Canada. Yeah. The circuit Gilles Villeneuve. I don't know who'll be the fastest car in Montreal, to be fair. It could be I think Ferrari will be the fastest car in Canada. They're better on the straights. But they were good. They're gooder in. I mean, they're gooder in. I don't know, man. It's too close to call the F1 these days with these upgrades. I would take Steven Gerrard back. Oban as an amateur football team. Oban Saints FC, they're okay. I think he done it in case can't play. Got another yellow. Yeah, I think that's why he subbed Cantwell off for right, because I think he would have got sent. I was saying it in the watch along. I was like, somebody's going to get sent off here. And I think it just diffused the game. Because Clement is cleaning up Beale's mess. Lenny didn't get sacked, he left. Can't believe people want the manager already. I would bet McKinn's your next manager. But see, the problem is BDO, right? I'm not necessarily I want Clement out. Because yesterday, I seen something, right? But it's no good enough. I can't sit here and say it's good enough. I think he set the team up relatively all right. But, you know, what we can't afford is to back this guy and it falls away, right? It falls away in September, October again. And that's what it could be. A wild bet, McKinn's your next manager. I don't think McKinn's... No, Erdry is not touristy. Not in the slightest. Next season, Celtic should start the season with -10 for paid for. You should be trying to get Enzo Maresca. He jumped before he got pushed. If he hadn't resigned, he was getting the sack. So it makes a change. Come on, we Lando as well. I don't mind Lando Norris. But yeah, you know, that's a good thing though. Even if Max wins the title, right, it's better to have races where you don't know who's going to win going into it. But I'd say Max. I don't know who will be favourite for it, to be fair, but it'll be a close race. And you can overtake in Canada. But no, you can't do hee-haw in it. JJ, I'm sorry. You can just no, I mean... And go to Christie's if you want. Clement is actually a good manager for you. I'll agree. You have a broken as fuck squad, and we don't have a full shilling team either. You look 40%, we look like 55%, and that's the percentage that matters at the end of the day. 15% better. You're forgetting that Bale had lost us the league for sure. Total miracle he got us back into the final few games. Ian, yeah, but once Clement gets the gap back, right, and overtakes Celtic, I think everything Bale done needs to be forgotten about. We can't just, I mean, Bale fucked up the start of the season, absolutely. But Clement clawed the gap back. So you've got to give blame to Clement. Yeah, as Paul says, Clement started 7 points behind and finished 8 behind. Because he closed, he went, how much a point swing? He went from 7 behind, 2 in front, back to 8. That's a lot of point swings. Remember, 5 million at most for Butland to get Jose. Reason why he couldn't get these players to beat County and Dundee, that's on Clement. Exactly. You know. All right. Max said the car can't ride the curbs, so it doesn't mean I'll be great there either. Yeah, Canada's got a lot of curb skin on, but they are good in a straight line, Red Bull. Ferrari for the Constructors' Championship and Max for attack. I think that's a good bet because they've got the strongest partnership, Ferrari. out the three teams that are going to be up there. But Piastri's beginning to come good, isn't he? Clement can't make marbles out of the sand he was given. Remember people saying the doctor was back, was the signing of the summer. How'd that turn it? How much is Butland on wages? I don't even know. At this rate, I just want to win. Sick of the nearly this and close that. Exactly, Harris. I remember thinking Clement is a good manager, but won't be back because he can't be. You have no money and you have to do the best free transfer business the world's ever seen. Well, here, it's not the most impossible thing that could happen. But not exactly brilliant. We managed to claw the gap, then we suddenly lost it. I doubt the manager went, "I fuck it, we've won it." I don't even try. The manager isn't stupid like that. No, the manager didn't come out and say that, but we've got to say, come on, and the players threw it away after clawing it back. No, mate, all wrong. Had 2 games in hand. If won, we'd have been about 6 points ahead exactly. What makes you think you can catch Celtic? If you get 9 players, they will need time to gel. They will, but here, as people said earlier, and you did it. The Catholic Trust, trust me, he will be backed. You support your local football team. ... Airdrie FC. Airdrie went bust in 2002, didn't they? But yeah, I mean, you got to support who the old man supports, don't you? That's the logic we use, isn't it? And that's what we've done. You must have been chuffed for wee Lando winning his first race. I mean, I'm not the biggest Lando fan, but yeah, I mean, it was a good moment for him, absolutely. And he deserved to win. It was no fluke. And I think even without the safety car in Miami, he still would have won. Clement is okay. He's no good enough, though, to beat Rodgers. He fell apart in Monaco and now in Glasgow. So yeah, I just saw Monaco there and thought the F1. I was like, was Clement driving today? But obviously he managed them. The problem is, where's all the money come from? Celtic won't spend money because our board is full of money grabbers focused on the next bonus, but we at least have the money there should we need it. Yeah, Paul, but it's there if you need it, but you're not going to need it and you're not going to spend it at the end of the day. Get Liverpool manager Coop Klopp. Ange got lucky. Here comes the Cedric fans. Clement didn't close the gap. The Diddy teams did. Clement failed to beat Celtic in 4 games, so he closed nothing. Yeah, Craig, but I mean, he still had. I mean, Clement still closed the gap, right? Yes, Celtic lost points to Hearts and Kelly. Not exactly Diddy teams, right? I guess to us too, they are Diddy teams, but at the end of the day, Clement still had to win the games to claw back the gap. Clement will be the man. Mark my words, we'll be champion next season. I hope so. Ulster freedom fighter. Kieran McClay says, do you really think Raskin and Demonde is enough to challenge Tati McGregor and whatever CM we bring in? Well, you're assuming you're getting rid of O'Reilly. Lando's a wee annoyance, yeah, it can be. What about Ayr United? Support RFC. Airdrie's nowhere near Ayr, big man. It's like 50 miles away. Next season, Lando Norris always looks stoned. Maybe he is. Still want a trophy. I can't see you lots catching this. 9 in a row is a possibility. It's a possibility, but man, things can change. Yeah, people. I wouldn't say it's an easy thing to do, but Airdrie, I can see why people can see. That doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. It's like thinking West and East Kilbride are beside each other, when they're nowhere near each other. What I'm saying is Rangers are skint. You've made bad business. Yeah, we have letting people go. True, he did close the gap. If you use your method, he closed it. Then he also made it bigger by 1 point. O'Reilly's gone already. Well, who do you think O'Reilly's going to? No need to be sorry about it. I probably would have took Muscat, but doubt he would replace Clement. He was get the sack next season. You're a miserable bugger. Lando Norris, looking stoned out his head somewhere. Stevie, the points that matter, the heads. Celtic took. I'm not saying the old firms don't matter, but Clement still closed the gap. He lost an old firm, right? But he was still leading in the title race going into March. That's the facts, right? That is the facts here. Rangers were leading the league at 1 point. 50 million, please. Right, anyway, guys, I've been talking for an hour and 15. It's been great. I've been to a nice sandy beach. Horse racing as well down in there. I reckon O'Reilly's going to West Ham or Tottenham. Apparently 40 million I've heard, which would be unreal, obviously. It would be. Anyway, if you want to get any closing comments in here, super chats, there would be more of them. More of them. It'd be greatly appreciated. I rain down on them. Exactly, Billy. Billy gets it. Billy gets it. King Billy gets it. The Rangers were relying on Hearts and Clement. Yeah, fuck it. I've read more or less every comment. No danger, Andy. Sorry for annoying you about me saying Celtic were paying the VAR. No, there's no need to be sorry about it. But the decisions were shite. But I think we need to drop corruption talk. That's all I'm going to say. You're cool. The Mora. I'll be on the Mora with bells on. Big Stevie Cool's cool. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it? Me da thunk it. Cheers, young. Aye, no danger. Corruption. Yeah, some people are talking corruption. And don't pretend we don't know what we're on about. Have fun. Nick Walsh was fantastic. $55. Right. Anyway, that's where we're going to end this live stream. We can maybe talk some more about corruption tomorrow. I'm not going to greet about corruption. Some people want to, but I'm not. End of the day, Raskin pushed him. He didn't need to. Is it soft? Absolutely, but he didn't need to push him. All right. Thank you very much. Aye, Willie Collins' doors get put it down. Anyway, till next time. You tell me, Parkett.